I'm Shay Russell for mining.com.au, and joining me today is Alicia Milne, the CEO of Q2 Metals. Alicia, it's great to see you. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to be here.
Thank you so much for jumping on. Now, you are fresh from a trip down to IMARC in Sydney. Tell me, how did you find this trip and what was the purpose of coming all the way down under?
Well, not only was it an exhausting trip, but it was a good trip. Australia is a great country to be in and to tour around. The main purpose of our trip was essentially to get out there and introduce ourselves to our investors or potential investors. You know, everybody knows Q2 based on our hits at Cisco, but nobody really knows the team behind it or, you know, anything else to do with Q2 Metals. So it was good to get out there and meet people and just put like a face to a name.
Q2 has several lithium projects in the James Bay area of Canada, including one that people are talking a lot about right now. What makes this area in particular so prolific for lithium?
Well, I think they've just had quite a few big discoveries in the James Bay area. You know, you have Patriot with their Shakatchewinun project, Winsome with their Adina project. You know, it's turning into an area that is recognized for having good lithium deposits in there. So, you know, it's great to have acquired the Cisco project when we did in early 2024, and yeah, it's been a great project to be involved with.
Speaking of the Cisco project, it recently reported a very impressive intercept. I'm just going to check my notes, 347 metres, which the company announced last week. What is next for Q2 Metals?
Yeah, so what's next? We still have assays on 3 other holes to come out. We drilled 17 holes this past summer drill program, and yeah, like you mentioned, hole 21 had 347 meters that assayed at 1.35% Li₂O. Hole 18 came in with 250 meters at 1.69%. So we're quite excited to see what these final 3 holes are, hole 20, 22, and 23. So potentially those should be out by the end of November. And then, you know, right now we're just working on our plans for our winter program and, you know, gearing up for what's going to be a busy 2025, I think. Neil and his geology team, they've been busy, you know, getting going on baseline studies, getting going on metallurgical studies, like all the things that are now going to come into play now that we know essentially what we have with Cisco. So, and then on the corporate side, you know, I was in Australia. I know Neil and his team were out at there's an Explore conference in Montreal. So they were there. So, you know, we're just getting out there, getting the story out there and gearing up for what is going to be a busy 2025 for us.
I'm so glad you mentioned exploration over the winter season because I know you've had a very busy summer season, but obviously going into the North American winter, there's going to be more exploration going ahead. Tell me, what does the exploration plans over the winter season look like at Cisco?
For sure. So right now we're planning on drilling 6,000 to 8,000 meters using 2 drills. You mentioned winter. So winter in the James Bay area is quite cold. So we're essentially waiting. It's snowing right now. So, you know, we're waiting for winter freeze to set in. So it's easier to move around with the machinery. And, you know, right now we're losing daylight hours because of where we are in the world. So, you know, we get more daylight in January, February. So that's essentially when we're going to be starting is towards the end of January, getting out there, getting going. And yeah, so that'll take us probably to mid-April, when we have to stop for goose hunting season.
It sounds like you have an extremely busy few months ahead, so I'm hoping we can touch base again in the coming weeks to see how these plans are progressing. Alicia, thank you so much for being here today. It was great to catch up with you.
Thanks, Shay. It's good to be here.